What isn't a theory? Thoughts, assumptions, presumptions, presumably them all. But if we stand on the chance that it might be, then we all may fall. Validation. It creates bridges where there are gaps. It keeps goals, hypotheses, and iterations on track. So sit back, test, refine, and attract. A business model designed for high impact. A business model is a system, and at any given moment, there are multiple activities going on in that system. What directly affects one area of your business may affect another area indirectly, and vice versa. Now, in previous frames, we discussed how to design your business model, and that'll be important here because now we're going to validate the assumptions you've made about your model and get that system working properly. Now, to prime your thinking, you'll need to remember two important things. First, business models are dynamic and not static. What that means is this is a process and we have to be open to improvement. So don't view your business model as this fixed thing that's set in stone. Second, and how we're going to kick it into high gear is, are you asking yourself the right questions about your business model? You see, typically we ask ourselves questions like, how will my business generate revenue? What types of products will I have now versus later? And what will my customer segments look like? And those are all great questions for the interplay of a business model, but let's dive a little deeper into a question that may reveal some different insights. A question like, what are the linchpins of my business department? I understand this is a loaded question, but as luck would have it, it's loaded with answers. So let's first take a look at your business segments and their top priorities. Imagine you have 4 business segments. Your product development, whose top objective is to build user-centric products, your marketing team, whose primary goal is to capture sales, the finance team, whose top objective is to collect revenue, and finally, your operational team, whose top objective is to reduce friction between the departments. Well, now we have to dive into some potential linchpins in each of those departments. Linchpins are defined as, if this wasn't here, this sink would ship. Wait, ship would sink. See, that slip up is what we call a linchpin in content development. It reduces the perceived quality and can affect the relationships we develop with our framers like you. If this was in the product development department, a linchpin might be not understanding the user. Why? Because the top priority with product development is user-centric products. So if you don't understand the user, the department can't perform. For marketing your products to capture sales, the linchpin might be customer desire and ability. This would tell you that in order for your marketing department to be validated that it can capture sales, it would need to have a strong read on customers' desire for your product, what benefits they're receiving, and the ability to pay for it. Linchpins can tell a lot about validating individual segments of your business and ensuring that they are primed to perform in the market. However, systems are, systems, and they have to work with each other, right? So if you look at your business model design from previous frames, you'll have already started to identify how departments work in tandem with one another. And when we get to the checklist later on, you'll need that information to scope this out in the next section that we like to call interdependent linchpins, or for the departments that rely most heavily on each other, what the heck are the activities that help us swim or make us sink? The focus here is to create alignment between departments. If your marketing department and finance department work close together, the linchpin between them that causes the most friction might be converting marketing dollars into paying customers. Finance is creating the budget while marketing is directing the dollars. And if you think like this, you'll start to assign key performance indicators like customer acquisition cost, or if I spent $100 on marketing and we gained 10 customers, then our cost to acquire a new customer was $10. What does that actually tell you? That to create alignment between marketing and finance, the communication priority should be on customer acquisition cost. And if you both speak that language, then you should swim more often than you sink. Now here's the kicker. There's one more element to validating your business model. Most of this frame has discussed the structure of validation, but not the strategy associated with, validating. Proving your business model works and can stand the test of time is all about de-risking. Minimizing the risks associated with the departments not operating maximally, independently, and interdependently. So how do we do that? Well, we collect all of the linchpins from earlier, and then we toss them into the ocean and see how they fare. Once you've listed out each of your linchpins, you'll craft a 5-step process for testing them as individuals and as a whole. That step-by-step process is covered fully in the checklist that follows. So just close out of this video and begin framing your future.